This is Tony Blankstein. We're here at Jerry's Music Store in South Hadley, Mass. We're here today to talk about posture of holding the tuba and playing positions of the horn. This is my tuba here, and the way I like to sit with it is, first off, forward in the chair. So that way you have a little bit of range. You never really want to have your back touch the chair, but that's kind of normal for all musicians. No musician I know really sits back like this, and it also creates a very bad playing posture. With this particular horn, in my positions, I tend to sit a little forward. I put the horn in between my legs, and hands on the valves, and wrapped around like this. The reason why I want this position is it gives me a nice access to my first tuning slide and all the other slides I have here, which are the ones that I'm going to be changing while playing. The other thing that helps with this posture is, of course, I use a piece of carpet cling. And so this I put on my leg, and it helps hold the instrument down so that way it doesn't slide around much. And also I don't have to work too much while holding the instrument to do it. Some people I know, they have a carpet cling on just this side, like myself. Other people will have a bigger piece that spreads to both sides of the legs. And that's all personal preference. Others still will use a device, a tripod, a tuba holding device that they will put in between their legs. And support the tuba that way. It's all preference. It all depends on how you want to set up. There's no right answer. The right answer is that you want to make sure that you're comfortable while holding the horn. The wrong answer, however, is, and I'm not even sure I can do it, but is putting the tuba onto the chair itself. The reason is the chair usually has no sort of grippiness to it, so the likelihood of the chair slipping off is very high. I used to do that in high school. The mouthpiece would hit me in the collarbone, and the bell would then hit me on the top of the head. It was a very unpleasant experience. So don't do it. Don't put the tuba on the chair. Also, it affects the sound because the tuba, which the whole instrument vibrates, will also start vibrating the chair. So that will change the sound. So instead, spend the $2 and get yourself a carpet cling. Or a tripod. Put the tuba on that. It'll be safer, more secure, and it won't affect the sound. So once you're set up, you want to sit forward in your chair once again, put the tuba in between your legs, and you want to put the tuba in a position where it can go to you and you don't go to it. So you take it there, bring the instrument to yourself, and play. That's all there is to it. Now, there are some wrong positions to do. First off, for an instrument of this size, for me, if I were to put the bell sideways, that'd be a very bad position because here's the mouthpiece, here's where my mouth is, and I have to then go to the instrument. You can see how scrunched I am to then play that instrument. I have to go down here, and I can't open my airway enough to play the horn. For some students, however, especially on the smaller side, they might need to put it into this position to start with, especially when first learning. But as soon as you can get that instrument with the bell facing up, that's going to be your #1 goal. So there you go. The other thing you want to make sure when you're playing is that your chest is big enough and stomach has enough room to expand, because if you close down like this too much or lean back like this, your stomach is going to be able to expand for the lung capacity that you need to play the horn. Other faults that you can have while playing is having it too high. So it's the same thing here. I now have to go up, play the instrument. And that's, for this particular horn, that means I have to put it on one leg, which some people would want to do because, again, it's a safe position. And when I do that, you can see I don't also have access to my first valve slides. So bringing it down here, in between the legs, instrument should just be able to go right to your face. So another thing to talk about when talking about tubas is the different layups of the horn. This is a more professional model of horn. What makes it such is the fact that the way you sit with it. So I have my right hand going across, and that left hand to be able to change my slide positions. And it's like that so that I can actually change those valve positions while playing. I don't particularly have one, but a lot of beginner horns, they are shaped, well, like this euphonium. It's on the other side. The valves are in the vertical position like this, and the slides will be on this side. So instead of reaching across the horn, I'm going to be like this, and I'll be reaching across the horn with my left hand. In either case, you want to be hugging the horn. And with those level of tuba, they're typically sometimes on the bigger side, the ability to change the slides might not be there, but that's okay. You just want to make sure that, again, you're supporting the instrument, that they're in a good playing position, that it still will probably be in between the legs, but it's just a slightly different